we will be covering a case that isn't about our usual topic of missing people in BC, but rather a missing and murdered case that involves a sadistic serial killer that stalked the east side of Vancouver, preying on the vulnerable, drug addicts, and sex workers in that area. Robert William Pickton, also known as the Pig Farmer or the Butcher, is a Canadian serial killer, serial rapist, and former pig farmer, and possible cannibal who is considered as the most prolific serial killer in Canadian history. A school dropout and a failed butcher's apprentice, he worked full-time on his pig farm in Port Coquitlam, BC. It is believed that he began his murder spree in the early 90s after he inherited the farm. Arrested in 2002, he was convicted in 2007 of the second-degree murder of 6 women and was also the subject of a lengthy investigation that yielded evidence of numerous other murders. Pickton was charged with the deaths of an additional 20 women, mostly women from the downtown east side. He was sentenced in 2007 to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 25 years. You heard that correctly. Only 25 years. The longest sentence for second-degree murder under Canadian law. Our justice system is broken. During the first day of trial, the Crown stated that Pickton had confessed to 49 murders to an undercover agent posing as a cellmate. He told the officer that he was disappointed that he didn't get to make it an even 50, and that he got caught because he was sloppy. I am not going to get into the horrific details of this nightmare case because it is beyond terrifying, but I'm going to tell you today that it is Robert William Pickton's day to apply for day parole. Today, on February 22nd, 2024, Robert William Pickton becomes eligible to apply for day parole. Let that sink in for a minute. The Parole Board of Canada confirmed with CTV News Vancouver Thursday morning that no hearing was scheduled so far, reiterating offenders need to apply to obtain a day parole review. I can't even imagine the stress and sorrow the Crown is putting these families through. I am now going to read you a list of the murdered and the missing, potentially murdered by Robert William Pickton on his pig farm. Serena Abbotsway, Mona Wilson, Jacqueline McDonald, Diana Rock, Heather Bottomley, Andrea Joesbury, Brenda Wolfe, Georgina Pepin, Patricia Johnson, Helen Hallmark, Jennifer Firminger, Heather Chinook, Tanya Hollick, Sherry Irvine, Inga Hall, Kara Ellis, Andrea Borhaven, Deborah Lynn Jones, Marnie Frey, Tiffany Drew, Carrie Koski, Sarah DeFry, Cynthia Telix, Angela Jardine, Wendy Crawford, Diana Melnick, and Jane Doe.